Hey everybody, it's Andrew Ansley, the co-founder of Content Sprout, and I am going to show you my exact process for creating these blog articles that they just fire, honestly. Let me show you what it looks like. Boom. All right, so let's get over to one of these blogs, and yeah, I just made this one on a live YouTube, and we get the featured image right here. Boom, looks nice. We get this thing right here. I'm not going to play the audio for you. I don't have that integrated into my YouTube, but take a look after this. You're going to think it sounds absolutely amazing. Now, I have to talk a little bit quieter because my daughter is asleep, so I'm just going to jump right on in. If you want a blog that looks like this, has the image, has the audio, and just ranks well and indexes almost immediately, watch this. So, let's go. So first off, what we want to start with is keyword research. I'm going to skip through that phase pretty quickly because I assume most of people watching this are already going to know what to do. But to just quickly go through to make sure that everyone understands, this is what I do. So let's go over to this little tool here. And I already know what I'm going to do. I'm writing bourbon health or nutrition info. So question, Google, start. Now, the key to this is you want to find patterns. So we're going to find patterns. Take a look with me. Let's do, make the screen a little bit bigger. All right, so we know about blood pressure. That's we know we're talking about nutrition, so that works perfectly. Can it go bad? We might be able to put it in there too. Cholesterol, that kind of stuff. So acid reflux, heartburn, cancer, weight gain, all of these are great. Migraines, all of these are great health facts. So these aren't necessarily going to be their own article. Now, with that process, if you want to figure out if it's going to be its own article, you just copy paste, go in and see, does it make you gain weight and weight gain and weight gain? So weight gain is popular enough to be its own article. Therefore, we would create our own article. How about this one? You just keep going. This will be the last one I do. Heartburn, heartburn. So all of these can be their own. But at the same time, I want to create more of like a pillar hub article around health in general and then contain that information. And then I can create a specific one on top of that. So we've covered keyword research. I'll show you the next thing. Here we go. Yep. Canva. Be funky. 6 audio. So we just covered this part right here. And the extension I'll put in the chat, but it's SEO search keyword tool. All right. Next up, we've got the write article. So we want to write one of these articles. So let's go to Content Sprout. I'm going to go into my project. And I'm going to go into Flask and Barrel. Now, I've already done bourbon nutrition facts, but all we would have to do is create outline. Bourbon nutrition facts. Or something like that, if I wanted to find out, is there a better way to do this? I could do it like this. No. This is exactly it. So I can do this and it would work out. So we're going to go straight in now to here. Now, I've already written this. All you do, though, is you just hit this, this, this. You hit next. You can do that if you want competitor outlines. And then hit generate. So the article's already ready. I haven't edited at all. Okay, so what we have is, let's take a look at the TOC. How many calories? Are there vitamins? Looks good to me. What are the risks? Okay, this looks fine. We have bold on a lot of things. We have tables, we have lists. I might want to write a little bit more. So what I can do is go in here, then do rewrite article, hit generate, And this will generate. So while this is generating, I'm going to go straight into the next thing. And just so you're aware, the rewrite feature, if you're not already aware of what's going on, is it's taking everything that we've already created, it's analyzing it, and then it will layer in new things. It's basically a custom GPT that I built as an editor to then go in. Like I used to, for people that don't know this about me, I don't think I can get in trouble anymore, but I paid for one full year of college by writing people's essays just because I've gotten good at grammar, English, writing, that's my thing. I got a perfect score on ACTs for it as well. Writing is just, it's my jam. So when I make a custom GPT that's an editor, it's taking that sort of that specialty that I have and then just creating this like a specific kind of robot to do a task for me. And that's what it's doing. So as it's working, let's show you. It'll be working. You see the status over here. It's at 30%. So we need to create images. So, and it needs to be a 1920 by 1080. I'll just do a video for now. Doesn't really matter. So we're going to go here. Now I need to get these images. So what I'm going to show you is I already pulled them up. I found 3 of bourbon. I'm going to do save image as bullet bourbon. Great. Save. Woodford. Save image. Woodford Reserve. And save image. Wild turkey. Save images. Wild turkey. And save. Got them all. And now we're going to go over here. We're going to go into our uploads. Hit upload and boom, boom, boom. All of those are ready. Boom, boom, boom. So what I want to do is I want to remove the background photo. So we're going to remove the background. And then same with this one. We're going to remove the background. Same with this one. We're going to remove the background. So the next thing that we want to do with this, here, let's shrink these a little bit. Yeah, here we go. The shading is not going to go too hot for the above part. Okay, well, darn. And let's kind of make it around the same size. Now I like it having like this, basically, where it's just a little bit, you know, and aesthetically, I think the Woodford probably makes more sense. So we can put that there. Put the taller ones down here. And yeah, something like that. Great. So we're now ready for shadow. Actually, before we do the shadow, let's get the mid-journey going. So the mid-journey, on to the next phase. Let me share a little bit about mid-journey. So you really don't. I find that using mid-journey is nuanced, but what you'll want to do is you want to make sure that version 6 is enabled or version 5.2. I'll show you how to do that in a second, but we're going to use it to generate a background. I only do this kind of thing for kind of like roundups, but think this way where you can build components of, like, if you have a website. So for me with whiskey, there's all sorts of things where like I can have a component for Japan and a component for Canada and you know, for America and all these different things. Once you have those components, you can just kind of like mix and match them with Canva. So that's the goal here. We're going to mix and match inside of Canva. Let's dig in photos. And I'll show you a little hack. So if you're not able to get like a consistent result and you're not too good at prompting, then what you can do is go here. So this is tuner.midjourney.com. And what you can do is you can pick your styles from a grid right here. and it will create a style that looks just like this. So if you aren't visually, or if you're not capable of writing, your own style, whatever that is, don't worry about it. We can just find something close here and pick it. So, for us, I like that sort of flat looking thing, maybe a little bit like a drawing. So I like that one, and then we'll do a couple. I like these a little bit, but it's a little bit too cartoony, so I'll do those two. All right. So now that I have that, the style is down here, and all I have to do is copy that. So let me show you what it looks like now. Go back into Midjourney, and I did a bourbon whiskey background aesthetic because I kind of wanted to know, what is the general feel, what's the vibe. I'll figure it out once I see it. And I like this like barrel thing, so I'm gonna try to go for that. And I didn't want to already prep it all because I wanted to show you that Midjourney takes a little bit of creativity. I have hired 2 different people, well 3, one got fired, but 2 different people for doing this sort of task, and it's just hard, especially for VAs. It's not necessarily as easy as one might think. So we're going to do this. Style parameter, I'm going to wait for now. So /imagine, we're going to say bourbon whiskey distillery background aesthetic. And then I'll do style this. Now, to be able to do this style, unfortunately, I have to do this and do version 5.2. So this is a nuance. I'm set for version 6. --V is version. And --style is this style. Now, you could do other dashes as well. Like what we need as well is AR, --AR 16.9. I think it's point. So this is saying the aspect ratio. This is saying the style that I chose. This is saying the old version. So we're going to try this out. Oh, invalid. Oh, yeah, I needed the colons. See, I get this stuff wrong all the time. So we're going to do imagine again. I'm going to paste that. Bourbon. Style that. This. See, I knew that little colon. V 5.2. S is basically like I don't know if it means similarity, but it's kind of like similarity. So imagine that it's a scoring system where you can just designate, I think it goes all the way to 1,000. And you can adjust strengths of how closely. It's kind of, I think temperature with OpenAI. It's like that. I'm going to delete that, though, because it's just going to be automatic. All right. Prompting it. And now we're going to do the same exact thing, just so I can show you side by side. And this time, I'm going to try to describe it. So it's like minimalist. What did I do earlier? I think I wanted minimalist bourbon whiskey symmetrical alignment. And then I'm going to take off this style stuff and keep it at V6. And I'll do realistic colors. something like that. So as you can see, this turned it to fake looking, and that makes sense because I chose something that was a little bit more fake. So now, sorry, I'll pick something that is not fake at all. And we'll get something like that on here. Let's find it, probably just like photorealism. Something like that, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do that now instead. Try the same prompt out, and I'll just show you the difference. It's turning into a Midjourney prompt session. Yeah, this minimalist thing does that. All right, so we'll do imagine, style, and then bourbon distillery background. Aesthetic. AR 16.9 version 5.2 style. Oh shoot. Yep. Bourbon. Let's do it again. Bourbon. Whiskey distillery background. Aesthetic. AR version 5.2 style. Great. Now we are good to go. So while that's going, I'm going to show you the article. Okay, so we have this rewrite article. Now to see the rewritten article, all we do is click this little gray thing. It's grayed out, and I get to see side by side, is it different? So it's not completely rewriting everything. It's just editing where needed. So we have this. Looks good. Looks all the same so far. Does so simple versus complex. It's added this here. And bourbon brand, it added a bunch in tables instead, which is fine with me. And then, okay, it's adding a good bit of tables, which I like tables, honestly. I prefer them. So I like the new one better. I'm going to hit the new, I'm going to hit apply, and then now I am ready. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to send this off. Hit actions, hit send. I'm going to hit my thing there. I'm not going to publish it. Actually, I'll publish. I don't care. I want to choose the URL. So I'm going to choose this, do this, and let's go straight in. And there's no delay. It just goes immediately in. So we have posts here, and then it's right here. Click edit, and I'm just going to do, I have a very specific structure. So learn and bourbon nutrition. Yep. And then we'll do that. We'll do update. And this is good to go. So I'm actually just going to publish this. There's other things I can do, but I'm going to update it so fast, I don't really care. Oh, we can. So with word lift, I should align my entities. So that's one thing that I'm doing. If you don't know word lift, you should check it out. So we have bourbon, American whiskey, and sure, I'll choose. Actually, I'll choose corn because that's actually really important. You generally want to choose like 3. So I just chose my 3. Now I'm going to hit publish. I'm going to hit yes. And this is now published. So I'm going to pull this up. And what we're going to do now is view post. And exit out of these images. And go back to Midjourney. Okay, so got them right here. This looks just fine and dandy. So I could either do it here or do this one. I think I'll probably do this one. Yeah. So we'll do upscale 1, and then what we'll also do is maybe like very subtle, and then probably like is there a zoom in? Upscale 2x. Yeah, sure, I can do that. It's upscale 2x. So I'll show you a couple of these. This is another reason why I like this tool over Dolly, is because you can do these sorts of things. And this is another reason why I don't want to just, no one should be using, I've tested every tool on the market that I've found, over 25 of them, and no one should be using the default image, built-in image editors that are in these article tools, just because you need to be able to do this. If you make a normal AI image, it's so obvious. I'm sure all of you guys have, let me do this to, yeah. If you are annoyed by the fact that like people do this like cold outreach and it's obvious that it's AI for a lot of things, so like LinkedIn outreach and stuff, or it's just like a templated response, we're already hitting that. AI is just so annoying at times. So you can't just be average. You always have to be on the higher end of whatever you're doing. These tools are great. These tools are awesome. Keep in mind, you would have had to pay a lot of money for this. When I was looking into doing 200 blog posts and getting product photography and all this other stuff, it was going to be very expensive. And finding workarounds is very important. I think if you're going to separate yourself from the competition, this is required. All right, I'm off of this my soapbox. Okay, so what did we do with this one? Was this the upscaled one? Yeah, I like the upscaled one. I like that one too. These look a little bit more real to me, so I'm actually going to choose that one. It kind of looks like we'll do version 4 upscale. Yeah. Kind of looks like a video game I've played. This one looks good too, so I'm actually going to just save this. Yeah, this is actually exactly what I want. Save image. And now we have bourbon barrels in distillery, PNG. We're going to save. We're going to do this. We're going to go over here. Now we're going to upload file. We're going to do this, put this here. We're going to stretch the whole thing. Oop, stretch the whole, whole thing out. And boom, boom. Great. So next up is we need to make sure that this is positioned in the back. And next we want to get a little bit of shadow. It is a dark background, so we want to do a white shadow. Hit shadows. Hit glow. Size about 15, size about 30. Zero angle is required. Intensity about 70 something. And we'll just bring it up here. Yeah, there we go. And you could do more blur, whatever you want, and it does that. I kind of like the around like a 30 and the size, around there. So that's what I'll do. I'll do 15 again, and intensity 75. So now I'm going to do this one, same thing, 15, 30, and we'll do 75. We'll do completely white, and we'll do that here as well. Glow, 15, 30, 75. Oops, not distance, 75. And we'll do that up here. Great, so now we have got our little bourbon thing. So if I wanted to go further, I could put possibly something about nutrition on here. So I'm not really going to do that though. I don't care for this, for our purposes. So what I'll do now is I'm going to hit save. I'm going to hit download. I'm going to turn it into just a PNG. Yeah, PNG. And not transform background. So here's the thing to note. I'm going to try another tool, and because the background might get affected, this might not work. What I should have done is before the background, I should have just put these there. So this is my personal touch, what I like to do. So we'll do computer, and we'll do this, and then I like to cartoonize it a little bit, flatten it, and make it a little bit more unique. Yeah, something like that. So do this, amount, clutter, sketch detail, and color detail. something like that. So I could do it like that if I wanted to. Now I'll show you the difference if I do Canva and I get rid of the background, and then I just do this. I save, download. We'll do transparent background. And now I'm going to put it into this tool. We'll open computer. I just like this tool, so I'm just kind of showing it off. Don't save. Perfect. Cartoonizer. And we can customize this. So we want 50% and maybe like 50. Yeah. Sketch detail around 50. Yeah. And color. We'll see what color does. Yeah. I actually like the higher color. Sure. Hit apply. Now what we're going to do here is save to computer. Bourbon whiskeys. And save. Go back to Canva. And what we're going to do is do a video. And we're going to upload. Now, obviously, because I'm trying to be educational here, it's not nearly as fast as it normally would be. Get this here, put this there, and put this here. Yeah. Position to the back. We got our whiskeys right here. And we'll do this to make sure we have it centered properly. Do. And something like this, and boom. Let's try to find the middle point. Okay, so unfortunately that's the middle. We'll do this and see if we can't fix that. Okay, a little bit closer. We'll just do that. Yeah, great. So now I'm going to hit save, download. We'll just do the PNG, not a transparent background. We'll save that. We go into our article now and edit post. Now we're ready. We ready. So featured image, upload file, and should be good to go. Next up, we have the audio stuff. So I'm going to do a flask and barrel. We're going to do bourbon nutrition facts. I'm going to grab this and go all the way down. We'll do, we don't want tables traditionally with audio, honestly, but it's okay. So I'll do open. You want to go into projects for this tool. This is 11 labs. Hit open. You want to keep adding more. So we'll do from a URL. Yeah, that's why I did it live. So I have the URL now. And go here. Click next, chapter name. Bourbon nutrition facts. Add chapter. So now I've got, well, there we go, cool. So this is this, and then we'll just get rid of some of these like stats that don't really make sense. Yeah, we'll just keep that, it's fine. We'll keep a few of those, I guess. I don't know how the dash would work, so I'm going to keep it out of curiosity. And then just keep it all. Okay, so now I'm going to hit convert, and I hit convert right here. Hit convert. While this is loading, once again, we can hop back to our post. 3 American bourbons. And set featured image. Now, if I was to do this properly, I would actually, this is unfortunate. You should, for true SEO, this is 2 megabytes, that's way too big. So what you should actually be doing, at least for the cover photo, is one what is it? PNG to WebP. And then you'll convert, yeah. The next thing you'll want to do is to resize this. So we'll do download, and then we'll do image resizer. And because the blog is only like 800 width or something, we can do much lower. We could do something like 1200 by that. Resize. And now we're down to 43 kilobytes. So I'm going to download image. I'm going to grab this image, and then you want to change the image file to your 3 bourbons. 3 bourbon whiskey bottles. And nutrition info. Sure. And now we're going to go in here, upload file. This is the correct way to do it, so I'll just do it because it's correct. Yeah, sweet. I don't want to have people talk and say, hey, you did something wrong. I know I did. All right, set featured image. We've got everything we need. We hit update, and now we go into here. This is still converting, so while that's still converting, I will move on to the next thing. So what we did here is, oh, actually, I wonder if I could do this. Do video, and then do uploads. Do I have like the 9? I thought I had the 9 version bourbon whiskeys. I think it was this one, right? Yeah, it was this one. Great. So what I'll do now, I'm going to show you. I'm going to do a more realistic one for this one. And we're just going to grab a recent thing that I've done using this audio thing. We're going to make it transparent. Actually, we should probably make the color white to begin with. That's fine. We'll do something like that. And then what we want to do is Control D, 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 D. How long is this thing here? So we've got, still going, but the idea is you want to get the file as big as, or all these clips, just keep going. So it's probably going to be about 15 minutes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit 15 minutes. Something like that. Yep. And once this audio is ready, I just upload that. I connect it to this, and then I can put it into my YouTube as a podcast. So what I'll show you next while this is working is, we'll do this, hit this. And now I'm just going to go to GPT. Put this in. Write a synopsis of this article. GPT preview, I'm going to do 0.25 probably, and then I'll do 1500, give it just enough. Ready to go. And use simple vernacular. Try again. Without referencing this as an article. Cool. So now we've figured that out as well. And what we can do is we've got this now. So I'm going to hit download chapter versions, hit download here. The audio is downloading. It generally takes a little bit of time. Oh, it was 1943 is how long it is. So we need to keep going. So that's like 10 of these. 1953. What are we at now? It says 14 minutes. Can't be true though. I feel like there's got to be more than that. Yeah. Okay, 15. 16. 1, 2, 3. What are we at now? Okay, one more. And now we are ready, guys and girls. We're going to hit upload. Now, this is a little bit longer, but I'm going through the whole process and trying to show how to do it really well. I don't want to do it the wrong way. So rename. Boom. Boom. Open. I'll let that load, and then we can do this. Edit post. We don't need this anymore, or this. We can do this. So put this in. We're going to create a podcast. Oh, wait. No, we just want a new video. Create. I guess upload video. And we'll do. Oh, I got to start with that, right? Okay, so let's go here and go back here. Hit this. Oh, shoot. There we go. So it's actually a little bit longer. So now I'm going to do 2043. That's fine. Cool. And we are ready. Now we can hit download. We can do MP4 video, and it's good to go. As this is downloading, we'll then put it into this. So we have the 11 labs now. We don't need this anymore. We've done this as well. We've used this image. We don't need this image. And here we go. Get back, and then I'm going to convert these to blocks. I'm going to go up, and we're going to add this audio. Hit audio, upload, and bourbon facts. Great. Now, the next thing that we could do is we could add web stories if we wanted to, but web stories involves a lot more images. So once you're done with all of your images, you can create a web story. Web stories are good for Google Discover. And the idea here is to give people as many things as possible that is just going to absolutely crush user intent, and just we don't know what the user wants. We can guess. Now, if you're just going to give the user one form of content and assume that's all they want or what they would prefer, you're being presumptuous. I think you should probably do a little bit more than that, and that's the goal here. So now the reason for the YouTube thing is I didn't have to do the podcast, but I like the fact that it's helping the brand and solidifying it. It just seems like a good thing to do, and it's helping with a discoverability engine of sorts. So once again, I haven't seen people give this sort of like podcasty sort of review type thing before, so why not? Okay, so let's see. Has it finished downloading? No, it's still going. Yeah, it's a big video. Normally I try to make it smaller, but this will be fine. I've already updated this. I've already hit the connections I need to. I'll show you on the front end now what is happening. So here's what we got. We now have our bourbon nutrition facts. Looks pretty decent for something that I just did, you know, taking my sweet ass time, 40 minutes to create the article and to explain it too. So I would say that this whole process probably takes 30 minutes if you were to really just hammer this out and skip the keyword research. If you're just like going, you know, you already have it. You just have all your info, put it all together. Great, 30 minutes. 10 minutes for, you know, if you're new to it. So I want to show you guys something. When you hover over this, now it takes people to Bourbon, and this is an internal link, and people can hover over it. They can click it just like Wikipedia. This is another thing users want. People don't have to go back and forth. They can just, like, you know, see what they need, and maybe it is they'll click it, and maybe they won't. Same here. American whiskey, get images for all of them. Corn. Boom. But yeah, it looks good, right? Like, it's a good looking article, and you did very little. So for like $10, and then a $10 subscription to Midjourney, $10 for the actual article writing. This probably cost me about like $3, or no, $4 or $5 maybe for the audio transcription. Maybe less. Somewhere around there. So all in all, we're looking at effectively less than an hour of time, and about $15. So if you think that's worth it, I do, then there you go. Now, in terms of plugin cost, the plugin to do this kind of thing is WordLift, and that is, I think it's like $50, $70, something like that. So we have a couple monthly subscriptions. This subscription is $330, but I'm just going to do a shit ton of it, and then I'm just going to like be done with it. So you don't really have to worry about it. You can just like get the cheap amount, get everything you need, then get out. So Be Funky is $5 a month, and really you don't even need it. I just like having a unique flair. So, you know, doing this sort of cartoonization type thing. Let me show you an example that's not this, because this one's not the best example. I believe reviews would be. Oh, no. That wouldn't even be the best example. Okay, so if I just hit on my Whiskey Finder tool, next, search, go, I think the first one that pops up is like, yeah, this sort of like cartoonizer thing. This isn't chicken cock. It's just for an example. But you want to have like an aesthetic of sorts. So I made one. Now, let's upload our file. Personally, I like having the other image that I had, but, you know, the one that I've used for my other podcast. So we'll do, what was the name again? Bourbon Nutrition Facts. I want to grab this, and then I'm going to go in here. I don't know if I'm able to actually link the article yet. I'll try, but I think you need to be like approved or something first. Ah, I am. Great. Full article details. The Thumbnail is already built into it, so we don't have to worry about that. Playlist is the podcast. No, it's not made for kids. We're talking about alcohol. Hit next. Hit next. Don't worry. Hit next. Hit public. Hit publish. Good to go. We're done. And it's processing. So that's working. We already have everything we need. We got the podcast as well. We can exit out of this, exit out of this, and exit out of that as well. And we've got it all, guys. We got it all. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me do some theory now. So for those of you that want to stick around and still learn a little bit more about my unproven thoughts here. My thought is this, Google has a financial incentive to make sure that their search results do not decline in quality. They also have another competing incentive to allow AI content, partially because Google wants to, I believe, create a generative engine that can produce its own results of sorts and circumvent the content creator. So because that's what I believe is going to happen to a certain extent, I don't want to give Google an easy time with identifying it. Or just like, I just want to avoid things that would be easy traps. You got to think about someone who's like, what's a cost-effective way? Because running AI analysis isn't going to work. There's too many errors with that. So I think one, custom images helps a ton. Multiple content formats, with images being one, but also lists, tables, that kind of thing. Specifics, mention of the brand in the article. Oh, I should have put the logo on here too. I forgot to do that, but typically you want to put your logo on every image. And then, let's see here, what's another thing? Oh, there's the user signals too. So the goal is to provide as much satisfaction to users. If they don't need to return back to Google, it means you satisfied them. So just create that. Yeah, I think this is a way to avoid AI detection. I think this is a way to satisfy users. And I think it makes it look good. So, and I just like going the extra mile if I can, you know. And the audio sounds so good. I wish I could show it to you right now, but I cannot. So that's the idea here. And this tool, if you're interested in it, is $97 for, there's a $9 trial. Once you've already done the trial, it goes away. But $97 trial, 11 if you do the kind of quality I'm suggesting, you're looking at 11 credits maximum. And then if you want to do like a rewrite, it's 14 credits total. So still not that expensive, honestly. The rewrite's really helpful. Basically, it cuts probably like 15 to 25 minutes or something out of an editor's time. And honestly, maybe even more depending on like the complexity of what you're doing or what it's doing. It depends. It's hard to create a one-size-fits-all sort of answer there. So you get 88-cent extra credits on this plan, 65-cent on this one. This one is basically like half the price. If you're gonna do like I said, this is like 11 articles. So this is like 8 times that basically, or it's like 77 articles. If you have like a site where you could do 1,000 articles and a lot of niches, and it's easy to do that, just buy that plan and just write those articles. Maybe you want to do this one. I definitely recommend this one most. If you need help with researching, you also have this here with your topics. So if you need help with how to do this tool, then we got our little guide right here. We have example articles right here as well. And something to keep in mind, we do multi-language. So that's the other thing I haven't shown you guys, but let me show you the back end of this. I haven't shown y'all. So we're at 49 minutes right now. So we have web stories, which I highly recommend, super cool. We have word lift, that's for the entities in the schema. Then we have, I have some custom database stuff built in here. So that's another way I thought to be unique. We have SEO Press for our, instead of like rank math or instead of, it's a close tie for me for SEO Press and Rank Math. I like them the same. I've heard of less security issues with SEO Press, so I'm kind of leaning towards that now. Then what else do we have? These are all custom post types. Here's the database. So I can actually, the way the database works, just so people are, I highly recommend this kind of thing. Build to scale. I love that book too, if you haven't read it. This is just like a short code, and I can put this anywhere in any article. So if I'm talking about a review, and I say, hey, this whiskey finder will help you find a whiskey based on a flavor profile that you like. Perfect, right? So we have distillers in here as well. So this is information on each distiller. This is kind of going to be like imagine like a directory of sorts. We've got our cocktail recipes, which has a cocktail creation tool. It's kind of janky right now, honestly, but I like it. This is what it looks like. And this actually brings up another good point. If I show you this, I believe this is written out. The goal, once again, is give people what they want immediately. Ingredients, instructions, the types are all right here, and you're good to go. So then they can read the article if they want. There's still some things I need to fix. That is about it. So hopefully this has been educational. This has been helpful. And if you have any questions and want to interact in the group, then the group is right here, Content Sprout AI. And I share all this stuff live with people. So 18 new languages. We give updates in there, all sorts of fun things. Here's one of the transparent SEO updates. You can see I post everything here first. So that's it. If this was helpful, please leave a like. Please subscribe. Share this with other people. I like helping people out, especially when I can benefit from it too, because I can give this to my team. And honestly, it just shows my creativity out to the public and makes me more marketable as a marketer. And I highly suggest that everyone kind of shares their knowledge. I have a couple of friends who've said this, of just like, don't lock away your knowledge. Try to share it with others. You will have more competition, but at the same time, if you want to be to grow your career, I think that's a risk that you should take. So maybe leave some things secret, but I don't know. The older I'm getting, I'm just sort of leaning towards just spill the beans. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not even hiding the URL. I'm just spilling the beans. So yeah. Thanks. Till next time.